Listen up.
This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report.
Gossip.
With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, how did this whole Master P versus Kodak Black situation start? It all started on the Breakfast Club when Kodak Black was up here and we discussed mentorship with him. Here's what happened. Is there anybody in this business that you feel like, okay, this person's a real mentor to me? Like, I could talk to them about certain things.
I mean, if Master P ever holler at me, I holler at him. But
Master P was just in New York, too. And I'm sure he would. It does seem
Master
like...
P,
Yeah, you should reach out to P. He's a great mentor. He's a dude that really was
I don't
from the
really know
streets.
how to reach out to people, though.
Oh, we could set that up for you.
You want that? That's easy,
got
bro,
you.
bro.
All right, well, we definitely kept true to our word when Master P was on the Breakfast Club.
We keep promises.
Here's what happened. People do look to you as a mentor.
Yeah.
Like, we had Kodak Black up here the other day, and he was like, man, I wish I could talk to Master P.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
You know,
Yeah. Well, Juggy hit me up and told me that the youngster really, wanted to holler at me, and I reached out. We hollered.
all right, well, I thought this was going to actually end up pretty well, and it somehow went left. Here's what happened when Kodak Black was on his Instagram Live, and he described what happened with him and Master P.
I guess Master P thought I was a fool, you know what I'm saying? I still with Master P. I give my whatever game I got, I give it to him for free. I ain't charging him. I ain't gonna buy no game from no.
So I guess what he's trying to say is that Master P was trying to charge him to give him some advice and give him the whatever game he has.
Well, first of all, that's not true. And guess what? If it was, so what? Why wouldn't you pay Master P a consultation fee? Why does he feel like he should get game from Master P for free? Because he'd give 5% or 10% to some consultant. He'd give 5% or 10% to some lawyer. He'd give 5% or 10% to some manager. So why wouldn't you give 5% or 10% to Master P?
Well, now, I think there's a difference between mentorship and being a consultant. So I don't know to
Yeah,
what
I don't know
extent
about all that.
I'm going to tell you
their
something.
relationship was, because I think as a mentor, you shouldn't charge to be someone's mentor.
Somebody
but if
calls
you're-
me for advice, I wouldn't charge him 10%.
Well, here's the thing. Salute the OG Master P. What if you are giving this guy advice, but then you realize that this guy is more of a liability?
Well, then you just cut ties.
Then he is an asset.
All right, now here is what Master P had to say then, and we'll read to you his post, but here's what Master P responded.
I never took a dime from that kid. All I did was went in my pocket and spent money. I gave him advice, whether he listened or not, that's on him, that's his business. And I told him, I said, man, you got this attorney, that's a crook. I mean, Rick Ross talking about him, you need to check it. He said, well, big dog, get my paperwork. And he said, call him. I called him, he never called me back. I said, man, how am I gonna help you if your attorney don't want to show me the paperwork? The real Kodak story should be, how much have Theodore Sattermeyer made off of him for the last couple of years?
And I just want y'all to know that Kodak Black absolutely ruined it for the next person who's looking for mentorship from Master P, because Master P told me that he is not even thinking of talking to nobody unless they got a check for him.
Now, if you want me to get out your contract and check your contract with your lawyer, now you got to pay me.
That's what
now,
he was
now,
doing, though.
Now I'm your manager.
That-
Now I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah, now
go
that's
the
not
roles.
being a mentor.
That's
now,
not being a mentor
Now
now.
this is the whole thing. But he never did get the paperwork, because Theo never sent him the paperwork, so that didn't even end up happening anyway. Now, Master P goes on to say that a lot of people told him not to get involved with Kodak Black, but he said, I treated him like a son. I never asked him for a dime. He said, I paid for plane tickets for him and his guys. I went to get to the government to get him cleared. My intention was to help him build a positive image from the perception that he had out there already. I realized that his entertainment lawyers do not want him to learn the music business. They would rather keep him ignorant so that they can keep taking advantage of him. And they especially don't want someone like me to be around him, because they know I'm going to keep it 100.
Now, if that's the case, you got to pay me for my consulting.
Absolutely.
If
Right,
I'm,
that's
if I'm
what
getting
I'm
you out
saying.
your deal and handling your problems with your attorney,
Absolutely.
that's a consultant.
That's a different thing
That's
than
a
being a
manager.
mentor.
Because you call me for advice, and I start off as a mentor, but then when you start asking me to handle business, pay me like I'm handling business.
I agree.
Right, so he goes on to say that he is no longer doing any more free headaches. I'm not doing anything else for free. So moving forward, anybody that reaches out to me for business, it's going to cost.
And guess what? Kodak gonna learn that too. If Kodak stays in the game for a while, that free advice he's giving to his homies, when his homies start wanting to do actual business and get him involved in the business, he's gonna want to get paid for that, as he should.
All right, so we'll keep our eye on this story and let you know what's going on. And shout out to Cardi B. Bodak
Yes.
Yellow has become the highest charting song by a female rapper since Anaconda by Nicki Minaj.
Drop
So
on the clue bomb for
congratulations
Cardi
to
B.
Shout out
her.
to Cardi B.
Cardi deserves it all, damn
Number
it.
14 on the charts for Bodak Yellow.
Shout out to
I
Cardi.
love Cardi B. I've always loved Cardi B.
She's got a hit song and she's got a boo. that she actually really seems like she's in love with, and they do a lot of different things for each other business-wise, Offset. So shout out to
I knew Cardi B had a great head on her
Cardi
shoulders
B.
when she said I would make a good president.
Now we're going to have to say, after that, you just took away from the whole story. All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.